And I would like to welcome Andrea Libman.
Hi there.
Hello, hello. It's good to talk to you again.
You too.
Waiting on AC to finish decatting his lap. There we go.
My lap is decatted and the recording is on. Huzzah. All right, let's go ahead and do this. We'll do a very quick intro, seeing that we have Andrea already here. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Bronyville. This is Bronyville episode 111. Thank you all for listening. Going a little fast this time, Chef Sandy, as always.
Hello, hello.
We're a little speedy because we're doing the Kallisti number 3, and we've got a guest already. Welcome, Andrea Libman.
Hello.
Yay.
Yay.
Insert cheering here.
The fastest introduction to a guest ever. Thank you very much. It's been a very, very long while, and I say up and down whenever we interview anyone that has worked on the show, particularly VAs. You are my absolute favorite to talk to because you love the fans so much.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say. I bet you say that to all your guests.
I could. I very well could, but I really mean it when I say it.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on. We've got a lot to talk about. A lot of fun that's been going on with the fandom. But before we do any of that, how are you? How has things been up there in the Greater Vancouver?
Oh, good. Like, kind of crazy right now because I just finished my bike ride last weekend. So I'm like really tired after that and, trying to recover. So it's just been kind of overwhelming. And I had a really super busy week this week, which is always good. But, I did a concert last night with Michelle Kreber and Mando Pony. And that was so awesome. So I've been working all week and doing rehearsals for that and did the concert. So it's just been a bit of a whirlwind.
Just going all over the place.
Yeah.
That's great. Actually, that's a great segue to one of the first points, which is to the Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer. How did the actual ride end out going?
It's super challenging. Like that is a long way to bike and you don't really realize it until you're doing it. And, I didn't have a ton of training under my belt because I've been traveling so much and, but it was great. I mean, it's such a positive, atmosphere to be in. You're riding with cancer survivors that have their yellow flag or cancer patients. You're riding with people that have a picture of a loved one on the back because they've lost someone to cancer. So that's really inspiring. So, you're riding 6-7 hours for over each day for 2 days. It's a long time. It's exhausting, but it's for an incredible cause. And it raised over $10.4 million nice. To fight cancer. So, I'm really proud to have been a part of it.
That's fantastic, and you had a big outpouring of support. You actually ended up meeting your goal far before anyone else. I believe you were like 10th in the overall contributors.
Yeah, I think I was for a while. I don't know where I ended up, but I mean, it was just shy of $20,000 that people contributed, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for your support. And not only that, but, through support of fans, we were able to get everyone on my team up to reach their minimum, and surpass their minimums. It was absolutely incredible. So amazing.
Excellent. So you've got a lot of projects that you said you were working on. Any of them that you can talk about at this time? I mean, obviously no spoilery crazy stuff, but I didn't know what other audio projects that you have that are public that you could talk about.
I think the only thing I can say is that Pac-Man's been picked up for another season already. So we haven't started season 2 yet, but we will be. So that's really exciting.
Okay. That was really quick too. Didn't the cartoon just start airing recently?
Yeah, it did. So it's obviously they feel confident about it. So it's really great news.
All right, fantastic on that. Let's see. And by the way, any of you that is either in the Kallisti chat or along with the chat over at justin.tv/Bronyville podcast, you can go ahead and ask any questions. And if we find a particularly potent one, that could be good. Let's see. I'm checking inside of here. There was one. I know Sandy has a particularly fun one of. Are you looking forward to going to Dallas in November?
Of course. It's going to be awesome.
A little fun self-serving piece right there. Sandy,
AC said it, not me.
That is true. That is true. I was being a little bit helpful, you could say. Did you have one? I think you had another little question there, Sandy. I'll scrum through the questions that we got in the chat real quick.
Well, I actually pinged Bob. You may have just talked to him some, I'm guessing, and he ran up some questions. So how often do fans bring up a scene they love and your initial reaction is, I said what?
Constantly. Yeah. Because we record so far in advance. It's really interesting because with Pac-Man being a show that's we're allowed to talk about doing, which, isn't normal, but great. A lot of people have been like, oh, you've been talking about Pac-Man for so long and it's finally coming on TV. And it's like, well, no, like that's how long it takes. Like it's totally normal. So, from the time that we record it to when it's finally airs, it's like, a year plus is kind of what you're looking at. Then people are like, oh, what was it like when you were recording this? And you're like, because
I don't know.
It was not only was it a long time ago, but you're not allowed to talk about it between that time. So I don't know. Maybe I should start a journal or something. But
Dear Diary, today I played 4 different characters on 3 different shows.
Yeah, exactly.
And you won't know about those for another 9 months.
Yeah, exactly.
But I said some really funny things today.
Yeah.
Let's see. We had some good ones come here. Let's see. Trying to check some of these. I think we had a good one. Just in general, I know that things have been things have definitely progressed. But maybe either with it comes with the fandom or how it is, in general with your work. Do you ever feel overwhelmed at all?
No, I feel awesome.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if overwhelmed. Like, I mentioned this when I went on Dusty's show a little bit. I was a little bit disappointed by a lot of the negative reaction to Equestria Girls before it came out. Mm-hmm. I was just, I don't know, I guess a little bit disappointed. But, I mean, that's totally turned around as far as I've seen. Everyone seems to really like it. So,
I will say that with Equestria Girls was definitely one of those things that was divisive when it came out because it was such a twist towards something and just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big detour. I think once it's finally the fact that some little scenes have popped up that people have taken a look at and went, oh, this, that actually looks pretty good. Just has to be the barrier of waiting for a DVD right now because I'm not sure I could go to a theater at this point and be like, yeah, let's go see this pony thing, baby.
Why not?
I would need to go in there and for my opinion, I would want to go in there and be like, excuse me, I'm doing this for review purposes for my popular internet show. I'm certainly not. I'm doing this not because I really, really adore this show at all. No. I really adore the show.
Cares?
Oh, come on, I see. You've got some in the Bay Area. The closest one to me is 100 miles out.
That is true.
So. I want to go see it. I just need to find the time because I haven't seen it yet in its entirety. So
that is true. I probably do. You're correct. Yeah, the secondary trailers and a lot of the plot details have actually made it look a lot better than I think all of us were afraid of, or a lot of the naysayers, if we're going to go ahead and go down that road. Let's see. Let me go through. Do you have another one from Bob there, Sandy?
Well, they are pasting some questions in from the chat. If you look at the Kallisti chat, AC.
Oh, go. I'm checking them.
Let me see. There's another Bob question. What question would you wish fans would just stop asking? Not including this one.
No, nothing. Like, I feel like fans have a right to ask whatever they want. And I'm like, people ask me, oh, are you sick? I bet you've heard that a million times. It's like, no, I'm happy to ask that if whoever wants to hear it. If someone's asking it, then they haven't heard the answer and they want to know it. And, I'm happy to keep on answering those questions. It's like an honor to me that people care about my answers, right?
No, of course. So, AC, we should probably read some of the questions from the audience there.
Yeah, I'm looking through, let's see, trying to find a particular fun one. You ever... Oh boy, here's one. We have a request for you to repeat a particular line if you would so wish. Wanted to know if, a question for Miss Libman. Can you please repeat the "Love Me" shout from Best Night Ever? The one where the character shouted.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you feel that, I saw one a little bit further up that I particularly cared about because, Andrew, you've been doing this for a very, very long time. And they were asking a little bit about your one of the first projects that you worked on, which was ReBoot, which is a much-loved show that I adored as a kid, the first 3D show to actually be reached out there. How much do you remember of your time and working on that particular show?
Oh, I remember quite a bit about it. I remember it was like so cutting edge at the time. I remember their studio was all like high tech and passwords, and I felt so excited to be a part of it. And I remember being really proud of it, even as a kid, like when it came on. Like, I thought I enjoyed watching it. I thought it was funny and clever, and yeah, what a great show.
Yeah, it was a fantastic show. And yeah, cutting edge everything. It was having, and then just having that on there. It was really, really good. Let's see. Morning sounds to wake to. Let's see, I'm checking. Yes, there are some silliness in here today. Let's see. DC stream checking. I'm also checking the stream over at Bronyville. Let's see. That is. I guess that one would be a good one. So Andrea, Chris Will Pony wants to know: do you enjoy singing in front of a crowd? You have done some stuff recently with the concerts, as you said, with Mando Pony and Michelle.
Yeah, I definitely do. It's I do a lot of singing behind the scenes, and I have for a really super duper long time. So I'm very much like a studio singer, but it's fun to get out and do live shows. I had a blast last night, so hoping to be able to do a little bit more of that.
Mm-hmm. And what's the setup? What's the I'm kind of curious in the process and the actual the setup when you're doing one of those. Do you go over to Michelle's or Mando's, or how do you guys actually do that particular show?
Yeah, so Monique just kind of called me up about a week ago and said, hey, do you want to join in? We're doing this show. And Michael Krieber and Monique Krieber are like, I don't know if you know, but just immense musical talents. Like, he is a phenomenal pianist and musical director and composer, and she's a phenomenal vocalist and vocal coach, and I have so much respect for them. And as you know, Michelle is super talented also. So they said, hey, Mando is going to be participating, so if you wanted to join in, maybe come in and do Lucky with him, since you guys put that out on YouTube and everything. So I was like, oh yeah, fun. Yeah, that'd be great. And then it kind of grew from there. And then Michelle said, hey, do you want to do a duet with me too? So I said, of course I would. That'd be awesome. And then, and then it just kind of grew and grew. Hey, do you want to pick up some more lines here and there? And yeah, so a couple rehearsals with them at their place at the Kriebers, and then the performance last night. So at a very nice theater in West Vancouver. So yeah, it was really great.
Oh, excellent. Actually, I have a good kind of follow-up question. Rex Ivan says, what kind of songs do you enjoy best, both singing and listening to? What's on your iPod right now?
Oh man, everything. I'm such an all over the place. Like, I am a classical pianist. So I do like classical music, but I love, alternative. The radio station I listen to here is, called The Peak. And they play, Hey Ocean, they play Muse. I love Muse, U2, like all that kind of stuff. But I like everything. I grew up listening to and singing a lot of jazz. So my dad is actually a jazz musician. So just kind of all kinds of different things. It's just, if it's good music, I'm totally open to it. So
that's fantastic. As for the singing, is there a particular any type, maybe certain songs that have been part of the show that you actually enjoyed doing the most, or in any show, to be honest?
Well, what I've enjoyed the most so far for My Little Pony is the music from Equestria Girls. It is, in my opinion, like the best music that has come out so far. It's awesome.
And it has a different style than the show. It's a lot more, I guess you could say a little bit more rock and a little bit more pop to it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, definitely.
Some of the stuff that I know Daniel Ingram has said is that it has a definite different tone than the show songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
excellent.
Yeah, it's really good.
Excellent. You know what? Andrew, you're changing my mind. Might have to go see if I can sneak over to a theater this weekend and actually go see it.
I don't think you have to sneak because, who cares what anybody thinks? Be yourself. Like what you want to like. That's what I say.
That's true.
Just, I don't know.
Sneak may be the wrong word. And
yeah.
It really is. I do believe that you guys actually put on a fantastic show on that. From all the pieces that have been coming out, it's like, oh wait, this looks like this is actually pretty darn good. If I'm gonna do that, it looks like it's something you just have to go in there and just be like, all right, let's go check this out.
Yeah, well, I mean, check it out and then decide for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Have a good question here from Everlasting Joy. Say, Andrea, was there a point that you realized, I suppose this with the fandom or concerning the show, that something special had happened, that something kind of different was going on?
Yeah, not until I went to my first convention. My first BronyCon would have been really the first one, that very first BronyCon.
The winter one.
Yeah.
BronyCon, January 2012.
Because we had heard, Jason had told us in studio, you've got these fans and it's all over online. And we just really, I didn't believe him. And you really don't know what it's all about until you meet the fans. And then you realize, wow, this is incredible. These people are amazing. And really, I think you just really have to experience it. It's hard to explain to someone. I mean, people are going, what's going on? What's a brony? And you try and explain it. But everyone that comes with me to a convention, they're like, oh, now I get it. You just have to meet the fans and then you get it.
Mm-hmm. You just have to go like, oh, wow, these are people that, for the most part, for the life of a VA, you're working on many, many different projects.
Yeah.
You're bouncing from this voice to that voice. Okay, I'm going to be this character today. You have the particular skill, and I hear everyone rave about it, of just being able to go Pinkie to Fluttershy at a drop of a hat. But, your life is a lot of, well, go work on this, go work on that. And this is one of those things where one particular project has really just kind of taken sail.
Yeah. Well, I've kind of had a few really strong kind of iconic series that I've worked on. One was Madeline. I mean, I worked on Madeline for over 10 years. So that was, but it's different. I mean, it has a really huge following, but I mean, nothing like this, of course. And then the other one that was, you know, like a really long run was Dragon Tales. So those are kind of two that were just really big and really long, but still, like, nothing compares to what's happening right now with My Little Pony, and it's just awesome.
Mm-hmm. And most of the shows that you've worked on have definitely been in the more I guess you could say young.
Oh yeah,
mostly,
of course.
Mainly the 6 to 12 range. I guess you could say. Is there any any particular reason that you end up going for those particular roles, opposed to going into older animation, or as somebody else says, Ascrew was actually asked, going into live action like some of the other VAs like Eater New?
Well, live action is a whole different thing. I've thought about going back to it, but it's a tough business. And as far as the age groups with animation is concerned, in a lot of those shows geared towards an older audience, there aren't very many female roles at all. And when there is a female role, it's usually a mature one. So I think that my voice is pretty young and youthful, and I really suit playing, 0 to maybe 15 is kind of my specialty, I would say. So that's kind of just the genre that you fit into. Like, there's lots of series that come about and you're thinking, hey, why didn't I try out for that? And then you look at it and there's not a single girl in the show.
So,
or there's one. So your chances of getting that one are, 1 in 200 people that try out for it, right? So.
Right. So you're a more male-dominated cast of characters in there. I also read something that was going out that a lot more, as actually age ranges move forward, a lot more characters tuned to live-action shows like the Teen Disneys and the ones like that, where there actually are a actual live cast of characters opposed to cartoons. So
right.
Let's see. Had a good question here, Viscera. Repeating a question, or as I said, repeating their question. Andrea, is it hard for you to switch between Pinkie and Fluttershy's voice and vice versa when you're doing a recording?
Nope.
Straightforward. Well, that's been one of the things, as I said, that others have in the staff have just been like, you can just kind of, through one reading, you just go, Fluttershy's talking, Pinkie's talking, Fluttershy's talking, and you just kind of, they've said of just like, wow, Andrea can just turn this character off and immediately turn on the character, so you're going from yellow quiet to party pink, in just a matter of moments.
Yeah, practice makes perfect, I guess.
And you certainly had a lot of that.
Yes.
There was a question from one of the artists asking if you had any requests for the artists in the stream to draw anything.
Ooh. Oh. How about a drawing of Apple Bloom and either Pinkie Pie or Fluttershy singing? Because that's
relevant.
What was going on recently. Yeah.
There we go.
Add it to the doc, guys. Inside of there. Let's see.
By your command.
Okay, here's a really good one. Leo Hartship asks, what's one of the more interesting gifts you've actually gotten from a fan?
Oh, I've gotten some amazing things. Well, I really cherish my necklace that was made by Chaotic Brony. It's absolutely gorgeous. But I've gotten some really personal things. A handmade quilt. Beautiful. An entire box set of Jane Austen novels. That's my favorite author. Handmade plushies. Handmade all kinds of things. Yeah, I'm totally spoiled. I love it.
Yeah, Chaotic is very, 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 very cool. He actually made a whole plush line for us just over at Unicon. Oh no, wrong person. Sorry. Blah 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 blah. I take that back. Sorry.
That's the jewelry.
That's true. The jewelry.
His jewelry is like like we were talking about it actually amongst like our VAs, and we're like, wow, I wear that. Like, it's nice. It's so nice. It's beautiful. So generous too.
Certainly a skilled individual.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's see, have another one. And this one could be pretty fun. So what was when you were first kind of trying out for the show, what was the inspirations that you used kind of to determine Pinkie and Fluttershy's voice and the mindsets you kind of go into when doing recordings for them?
Well, there was really specific character descriptions. So, it's a credit to Lauren. Like, she really knew what she wanted in the voice, which really a lot of times isn't the case for a show. A lot of times it's just like 5-year-old girl, and then you just have to throw something out there. So, I knew, Pinkie Pie was going to be high energy and fast and crazy. So I just kind of went with it. I knew that I wanted to read for that because I love going fast and crazy. And then Fluttershy, sort of something of my own that I think came later, is I kind of think a little bit Marilyn Monroe when I'm doing Fluttershy. So.
Really? So do a cut. Oh no! Now all of a sudden it's Fluttershy singing Santa Baby. That's
Yeah.
Sometime in the future we'll have to figure that out. That's interesting. Let's see. Let me check some of these. Have questions just rolling in right now.
Lots of excited people.
Absolutely, they're all just rolling in here trying to figure out what to bring up. We just have a feather prop over in our chat. Just wanted to pass along thanks to Andrea. Well, all of the thanks for putting so much hard work into film and Equestria Girls.
Aw, thanks. That's so nice.
Jules Score wants to know if Starry over here has a question considering that Fluttershy is her favorite. What? No? Making the quiet sound. Let's see. No, I don't want to say anything.
Of all the times for her to be shy.
I know. Let's see. Try and check some of these, see if we have any specific other ones. Now, I can actually answer this particular one that Jimmy Lethal brought up, but the considering taking OCs from the internet and putting them in putting them in as background ponies. 2 pieces on that. One, well, Andrea can't do that because she's not actually drawing it, and 2, that becomes really dubious because of the copyright concerns.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like if we were talking to the Sibsy or anybody on the show staff, that'd be one thing. But Miss Libman here only provides the voices for some of the ponies.
That's right.
A little bit different there.
Yeah.
She could make up a voice for that character, but then that would probably be troublesome too. Lots of people saying Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie are their favorite characters. That's rolling in the chat. Let's see. Here's a good one. I think we actually asked this to Peter New a while back. But what's a kind of character you actually would like to try voicing but never have had the opportunity to? Either an existing voice or maybe a style of voice.
I don't know. I think I don't know. You try whatever is thrown at you, right? Oh, What's this? Sorry. Yeah, I don't really know how to answer that. Like, I've tried a lot and done a lot, so there's nothing that I'm like dreaming about, I guess. Pretty happy with what I have.
Have you ever done any like villain characters in the past? Have you ever done any of those? Because you do have a higher range voice.
No, I've definitely done like Bratty, the bratty girl, and that's really fun to do. I love doing that. To
actually just play a little bit of the villain card on it. Seems like it seems like something we saw it a little bit on the episodes, especially when there was the bad Fluttershy. But it always is something kind of fun when you can play on it and play mean characters.
I did a really fun show called Ricky Sprocket, and I played this little diva child star little girl, Kitten Caboodle, and that was so fun. Just like total brat. So.
Let's see, checking this out. Someone wanted to check character-wise, and I'm not certain as well. Does Andrea do Diamond Tiara?
No, that's I don't want to say it because I'll get it mixed up. No, it's not me.
Okay.
A quick run to FemWiki would figure that out. Let's see.
Yep. So we did get another good question from the audience here. Recently in the comics, have you had an opportunity to read any of the IDW comics that have put out?
No, I haven't read any of the comics. All I do is see them when people want me to sign the covers. The covers are just absolutely beautiful. Like, I'm blown away by the art. Like, it's gorgeous.
It's been some really good stuff, and now both the Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy micro series are out. But the question from the audience was, recently in the comics, Nightmare Moon returned in the form of Nightmare Rarity. My question, in short, is what would Nightmare Pinkie or Nightmare Fluttershy sound like?
Oh, I don't think that's something I can tell you.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Uh-oh.
Well, no, not spoilers. Just something that's not appropriate for me to explore.
Yep.
Okay.
Just in case. A precaution. Because who knows how things could end up. Actually, I'm going to go check right now because I don't know if I've actually got the Pinkie comic yet. Need to go check that out. Download that up. I know, I'm focusing. Let's see. Somebody Jr. wants to know if you had, this might be in line with something kind of fun. What would your dream role be? Or maybe if there was a particular show or a particular, even a TV show you could be part of. If you could have the opportunity to jump on to a particular role, what kind of series would you love to have a shot at?
Well, I think I'm kind of living the dream right now. It's I think I'm part of one of the best shows out there. So no complaints here. I feel so lucky. Something that people tease me about all the time and is that I sound and look like Bernadette from The Big Bang Theory. So I really think that I should be cast as her sister.
Just have a look-alike, sister it up?
Yeah.
That would definitely work. All right, guys, time to start that campaign. Start tweeting all of the show staff until we make this happen. Wouldn't be the first time we jump after show staff for various things.
Yeah.
Let's see. Someone Starry was bringing up. What was there a name for the comfort food question? Okay, someone was asking in the chat if there's a particular comfort food that you what is some of your go-to meals?
Oh man. Well, mac and cheese, like homemade mac and cheese, one of my faves. Pizza, everything, cheesecake. Yum 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 yum.
It seems like if we concentrate on cheese, we'll probably find a way to make it relevant.
Yeah, that's right.
Just go down that roll. Okay, let's see. Anything else popped up there, Sandy?
I'm looking in the chat. So many questions and
pro wrestling and Equestria, sure. There's enough of everything. Why not?
Yeah, I don't think that asking if there's pro wrestling on Equestria is really a question.
Sure.
It's like,
No.
Sure, why not?
It's been outlawed by Celestia. No wrestling. Let's see. Somebody says that now they can't get the image of Fluttershy going nom nom on a giant piece of cheese out of their head now. Or perhaps a cheesecake. That would work.
That's definitely a Pinkie Pie thing.
I don't know. I think Fluttershy would be a fun element. She's just there at her house, and then there's just a big wheel of cheese. Let's see. Well, tell you what. We are moving along on this. Sandy, you want to go ahead and roll into the show bits?
Sure. I do believe that your time limit was actually met a little bit ago, Andrea. So if you need to go, by all means. Or
you can hang around. We're gonna be talking. We are recording this as part of our show. You're welcome to stay around. We're going to be talking about some of the fandom news, and I believe probably bringing in some of the artists as well. So up to you.
Okay.
If you'd like to stay here.
I'm going to take off then.
Okay.
But thanks for chatting with me, and thanks for all the awesome questions. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day.
All right.
Looking forward to seeing you in Houston, and then November here in Dallas.
Oh, definitely. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you tons, Andrea. We love you all here.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Have a good one.
Adios.